Hello, everybody. It's Thrive o'clock. It's Friday. It feels like it took forever to get here, even though it was a short week. And we're glad you're here. We don't have guests today. We're just going to be, we're going to have some fun in just a minute. And you can join us. I have a new game Rachelle doesn't even know about.
Uh-oh.
But if you are watching, grab a strong drink right now. Mine's coffee. Rachelle, I hope you have a stronger drink than that. But I'm 4 hours behind you.
It used to be. It was a nice espresso in this venti Americano that's now ice water, but it's okay. We'll pretend. It's very cold, so it's refreshing.
You're refreshing. It's good to see your face.
You too.
It's so dark here.
It is dark there. It's because you're in space.
I can't get out of space. I've been stuck on what do you call it? Where did the space people live? Where's David Lockett?
Like the International Space Station?
Thank you. I've been stuck on the space station
ISS?
for 2 weeks now. But if you're watching, tell us hi. We'd love to say hi back to you. We're going to talk about some things. If you've done work, podcasts, blogs, please drop them. We're going to be dropping some work that we're doing. Oh, we got our first comment.
Woo-woo.
Oh, Dr. Michael Harvey.
Yay.
I always love him.
Happy
I think
Saturday.
Yes. I hope he wants us to call him Dr. H.
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. H.
We can see you, Dr. H.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying hi.
He's not a Facebook user.
Speaking of Dr. H and you, I actually wrote a blog and I was going to save it for later, but I wrote a blog that has him and you in it. I'm going to drop it. It's about our favorite STEM. Oh, I thought I brought it. I didn't get it. I'll find it.
Okay.
I didn't put it in here. But it's good to see you, Dr. H. How are you doing? Rachelle, tell us about what you're doing.
Hey,
Marcia.
Hey, Marcia. Hanging out with you, which is awesome because it has been like, I wonder if all other educators are feeling it because some people have been in school for a long time. Like our friends in Tennessee, they started the last week in July. But I wonder for teachers who started like I did, 2 weeks before the Labor Day weekend, if you have a Labor Day weekend, that kind of like feel like this was just like really a rough week because it was like, okay, we knew the break was coming and then now you like dive in. So I don't know, but it's good. I've been very, very busy keeping up with all the things and catching things. And I did catch your book chat. So just wanted to say, I always try to catch those. And if anybody misses them, you need to go back and check them out. So Facebook.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. I'm glad it's all good in the future. Yes. And I hear you. Like it has been a rough week. I'm going to actually drop a blog, my latest blog post, and I hope you guys will check it out. I put my favorite STEM follows. Rachelle is one of them. Dr. H is another one of them. So please check this out. I've been working hard this week, and I agree with you. Like, we started school 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I don't even know, but just getting back into the routine. And now that I'm sending 2 of my kids to an amazing school, is also mentioned in this blog. It's a STEAM Academy. So, but it's called Stream Academy. It's in Anchorage and it has an amazing principal and staff. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for the shout outs in your blog.
Yep.
Although on some days, if you see me in my STEAM class, you might be like, I need to go and do some edits on that blog because what is she doing? Today I was playing with a rotary telephone. That was fun. Those kids thought that was the best thing ever. I was like,
did they even know how to use it?
Well, yeah, they figured it out. And they're like, this is great. And I'm like, so I demonstrated. I said, so just imagine, you're talking to your friend, you're just pacing around walking, and the thing yanks out and it weighs 10 pounds and drops on your foot, or you yank it out of the wall, or you get the last digit and then it's busy. And like, you have no idea. And they're like, well, where's the volume? And I said, figure it out. Oh, it's underneath. I was like, why is the volume underneath? But they come in sometimes and I have like a Walkman on, or I'm like, wait, I'm getting a call. I got my pager on the side. And then the best is the rotary phone. And then the other best thing is the cell phones when they first came out, the portable ones, and they came in the bag. So the one that I have is like
Zach Morris.
Yeah, it's like a satchel, but there's like this big metal thing in it. So they'll come in again and I'll have it on my shoulder and I'll be like, oh wait, I'm getting a phone call, and I like awkwardly try to get it out of the bag and I pull the cord out and I'm carrying it. They're like, what is that? Like if this is the iPhone in 1985 or
yes, this was technology 30 years ago, people. My son asked me earlier this week, maybe was it yesterday or 2 days ago? He asked me, if computers existed when I was in middle school.
Oh, really?
Can you believe it? Just because I was born in the 1900s.
Yeah, I do like saying that. They're like, I've been teaching here since, or I was born in the 1900s. They're like, how old are you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Speaking of born, we've got a couple of birthdays coming up.
We do.
Tell us about those birthdays. They're special.
Well, one happens to be, I think, our number one fan and
I would
has been our
agree.
number one fan, Marianne, my mom, tomorrow. So she's going to have a fabulous birthday, I'm sure.
And
And
mhm, Dr.
okay,
Sarah Thomas.
yep, Dr.
She's
Sarah
having a
Thomas.
birthday. And
And
wait, how do I have opposite. Okay, here we go. And
oh,
you,
are you pointing to me? Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pointing to you. Your birthday's coming up. I already got you 2 birthday presents that I'm going to give to you next
Uh-oh.
week when you're in Vegas.
Oh my goodness. I'm still enjoying the gifts, like, and my students are actually enjoying some of the gifts you've sent me, like with the I'm sending you props. Those
Oh,
come in
yes.
handy a
Speaking
lot
of
in Spanish.
props, I love it. Dr. Michael Harvey, the Apple IIe is already, yes, it's already old news. Okay. And I don't even know what the Apple IIe, I'm assuming it's a phone, but I have got to sing happy birthday to the birthday ladies in the house. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm
This
gonna lip
is
sync.
for Marianne, our number one fan, Dr. Sarah Thomas, who brings together everybody, and of course, my girl pal Rachelle, the other half of my life of Rachelle and Mel. Happy birthday to you. And if it's your birthday, let us know. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Marianne, Dr. Sarah, and Rachelle. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
And many more.
And many
more.
more. Many
Many
more.
Thank
you for being part of our life. Yes.
Thank you. Woohoo.
And next week we'll be together in Vegas. We're going to go to the, let's give a shout out to the NV side. It is Nevada's, it's formerly Q of Nevada, but they're NV side now. I don't know if Heidi Carr is watching, but we will be together in Vegas. We might go live. We're probably not going to have a Thrive and Edu live, but we may go live in Vegas just as amazing women that we are.
Yeah, live from the conference and do those pop-ups like we've done at other events, because it's kind of fun and people join in. So yeah, looking forward to it. There's some people that will be there that you've never met before. So
if you're going to be in Vegas next week, or you live in Vegas, Akua, I'm pretty sure she's going to do book signings. You're going to do book signing. I'm going to do a book signing at the Spaces booth. Please come find us. We're going to have lots of presentations. Rachelle, what is your presentation next week?
Well, 2. I have 2. Yes. And I have one about spaces and creating the right spaces for students. So it's all about using spaces in all the different ways, and like a lot about social emotional learning, because that's a big component of what I've used it for, and how my students just, and like I've talked about it so much, like they just love using it, always asking from day one. Even the kids that I haven't had before know about it because they see the students in the halls using it. And then I have a session on AR, VR, and AI, which those 2 I always love to do at sessions. I mean, to do at conferences, just because they're fun to see. So
yes.
And what about you? What are you
have
doing?
A lot of because I will be working the Spaces booth, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a Spaces is I work with Spaces as their community and events specialist. And I will say that I will be doing presentations in our dedicated room all day Saturday. If you are interested in the whole child, if you want to know how to bridge the gap between home and school with parents, those are a couple of them. How to just get started with Spaces, and also how to ditch the reading logs and engage your readers with Spaces. That's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, and we're going to be doing book signings. We're going to have Rachelle, we're going to have Mel, we're going to have Akua, we're going to have someone else.
Dr. Joy?
Dr. Joy. Our good friend Dr. Joy will be there. I was like, we're missing someone. So much girl power in the house. But it's time we'll see you in Vegas. But I want to give some shout outs before we get to our game.
Okay.
Are you ready for some shout outs?
I'm ready for some shout outs.
All right. My friend Allison Curry, who she's in Fairbanks, Alaska. We got to meet at ISTE this last summer face to face. She's an amazing follow on Facebook. Or I'm just joking, Twitter. She's an amazing follow on Twitter. But we did. I'm dropping this because we had an amazing podcast earlier this week about competency based grading. And I wanted to drop that because it needs eyes. It was so wonderful. What about you? You have a shout out? I have more shout outs, but we'll go boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
because I'm bossy like that.
So I'm going to give while I do this one, I'm going to give a personal shout out to Professor Bruce Ankoviak, who was one of my law school professors, and is a good friend and just put in their media star. So he's joining in. And I honestly, I would not still be in teaching or have the confidence in writing and exploring that I have had it not been for him and that experience. So that is my first shout out. And that was not an endorsement. I did not have to say that or anything. But I am going to give a shout out to, I feel like this is like awkward because it's like kind of myself, but it's not entirely myself. I did a webinar about Pick the Chart, which I had started to use. This is actually kind of funny. I'll try to make this story kind of quick, but about 7 years ago, I think I started to use just infographics when I was getting my master's, and I found Pick the Chart, but it was essentially for businesses. So I started to use it in the classroom, and then they had this contest, like to create, to do something, and then why would you use Pick the Chart, or how would you use it? And we're going to give away licenses. So I made some video. I'm sure it was very, very cheesy, but somehow I won them. And then they ended up doing a user story, and they came to my school and filmed me with some of the students in one of the classrooms. And so it was great, like to see those kids now, like they're like seniors in college, or they're on past,
Yes.
graduate school. But anyway, so I did this video, and it's just about back to school ideas that you can use Pick the Chart for, and you can check out the video and you can win amazing prizes from them. So it was fun to do, just to go back and remember like all the things that the kids created and what I learned from them. So
you are amazing. Well, I'm going to give another shout out, and this is for my book chat a couple of nights ago. I had Kashama Leo Henry. She is an author and publisher. This is the third book that her Sandcastle Books publishing company has put out in a year. And this is the second book that she's authored. And I love this book. I read it with my two girls because I'm still homeschooling two of my kids. And it talks about the exceptionalities that young people have, like ADHD, autism, dyslexia, Down syndrome, things that are kind of invisible, that kids are dealing with that we don't always know how to talk about. And so this was a really cool, it has beautiful illustrations, a beautiful message. She is an amazing educator, and she cares about literacy and working in her home, her home country, and getting more of the young people and parents literate. So I just want to give her a shout out. Oh my goodness, Marianne, the birthday girl. We want to give her a shout out. Marianne, did you get the happy birthday song? Do I need to do it again? Wearing this hat for you, Marianne. Happy birthday to you, birthday girl. Number one fan.
Remy.
Who's Remy?
Remy is one of the cats. Yeah, little black cat is cutest. So they have all the cats are cute, but Remy's really cute and funny. And I'm sure he is watching. I did appreciate your mug. I was like, look at you with the cat mom mug.
Did you ever believe that I would ever be a cat mom when we first started this?
No. And between you and you're welcome, you and Jamie Donnelly, because Jamie, you know how she gives me such a hard time about the cats and puts everything out there on Twitter about me with cats and everything and at conferences. And then she has a cat, and people are like asking me for advice. I'm like, but you make fun of me because I have cats.
Yeah, she's harsh. We're not giving a shout out to Jamie. Just kidding, Jamie. We love you. We love you. Yes.
I do love her.
We do love her. And I don't know if you have any more shout outs. I have one more.
I do have, I'll drop one in there. Although the funny thing is I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do with this thing again? I feel
like this hat is trying to squeeze my brains out.
Well, looking at that hat is making me hungry right now. But I had a burger last night. So I did this. I was invited. Well, you were part of this too at ISTE. Remember when they did like the ISTE Live and you sat down?
Yeah.
I think it was you, Victoria Thompson. Yeah. So the New Ed Tech Classroom had reached out and they asked they were doing these, like it was supposed to be an hour, but it ended up because they're West Coast time. And it was
I took a picture of you doing it.
You did it because you were sitting on the side there, I think were you with Dean? on the side, maybe. I
No,
forget
I was
now.
what Dean and I were talking, but he was not on there. He was,
No, but I
yeah.
mean, sitting on the
And
side.
we were,
Yeah.
and I met Dr. Will in person during that
Yeah.
time.
And he was, in the video, you can see Dr. Will coming over and
You could
like
probably hear
trying to
our loud
wave.
mouths talking
Yeah,
in your video.
minimally. But yeah, so they had invited me to be on to talk about student engagement, kind of, and like taking a lesson plan and kind of transforming it based on like a language classroom. So I was on a couple of weeks ago and we talked about, they had like two ideas. And so Sam and Tom, it was a fun conversation, because like, what if a teacher just gives you this, how could you like transform that? What would you use? And so I did talk about using spaces. And it's funny because I went
Aww.
back and looked at the comments on YouTube. I was like, oh, somebody made comments. And one of the questions was like, what was spaces? And then they had answered it and said like, oh, you could use it as like a digital portfolio, and there's the platform. So it's like a lot of shout outs in that one. So if anybody wants to check it out, it was a really good, fun conversation. So thanks
I
to
love it.
them.
It's always a good conversation with you, Rachelle. You're amazing. Okay, I lied. I have two shout outs. Okay, my Kansas City, it's Red Friday for Chiefs Kingdom, hashtag Chiefs Kingdom, and my good friend who is also a part of Chiefs Kingdom, Tara Martin. She wrote this book, Cannonball In. She sent it to me. She autographed it to my girls, Maddie, Lizzie, and Leela. And I don't know, just like Tara, I do have a red-haired little girl. Tara and I, we have some weird things in common. Like, we were both raised by our stepdads. They are both Cherokee Indian, like they have Cherokee Indian. And we're both Chiefs Kingdom. She's in Kansas, but on the Kansas City side of Kansas. I was on the Missouri side, but I love her story. I asked Lizzie, my second grader, to go pick out a book for us to read together. She picked out this one, and it couldn't have fit more. I think it's a great back to school, or really, when you have young people, and I think that even, older students could identify with this, but when you have younger students facing obstacles and challenges that feel a little bit difficult, and they just need that guiding support, they need to know, they need to be reassured, this is a great book to start that conversation. Keep it going. I just love this book, and it means so much to Elizabeth as well, and she looks a little bit like Tara. They could be related. They look more alike than I do, okay, with her. But and people are like, oh, is this your child too? Because she's got red hair, and Mac and I don't have red hair. And I'm like, yes, she's our child.
Oh my god.
And then they're like, oh, did we have children with different people? I'm like, no, these are all our children between us, like
oh man.
it's just like, yeah. Anyway, but anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to my Chiefs Kingdom friend Tara Martin and her amazing book, Cannonball In. Everybody go get it. It's an amazing book. Yeah.
And speaking of books, since you said a shout out, I have to say, Dan Wolfe has sent me a book called Becoming the Change. And I wish I had it here. It's in the other room because I was starting to read it. Becoming the Change: 5 Essential Elements to Being Your Best Self. And it's like the cover for me, when I saw it, it has a butterfly on it. And like, I love butterflies and hummingbirds and all of those. And it's just, I'm excited because he sent me the book. So thanks to Dan. And I look forward to reading it.
Don't you love it when you get free books?
Yes, I do. And
I love free
appreciate
books.
it. Yeah. Send me the book. Although I have so many books right now, I would love, if anybody is looking for a book, send me a DM and ask me, because I would be happy to send you a book. I have lots of books.
I would be happy to, but I probably won't. I owe like 10 people books right now, and they are still sitting waiting to be autographed and sent. I am the absolute worst about sending people books. I'm so sorry. It would be easier if I just bought them off Amazon and sent them to them, but then they wouldn't be autographed. I apologize if you're waiting for an I'm sorry story. Like, I am the worst at it. Well, I apologize.
You could write the gift note.
I'm not rich in money. I am not rich in money, but I am rich in books. Most of the packing that we did that cost the most from shipping from the Dallas, Texas area to the Anchorage, Alaska area were all of my boxes of books, like over 300 pounds of books. And I'm pretty sure that's not even, I mean, I love books. I have a library. If I wanted to show you my messy room right now, you'd see all these books. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 5 books. Another one right here. Just so many books.
Me too. There's a mess upstairs. Books. Yeah.
I just love it. Do you know what kind of books I love the most?
I do know, because I sent you one.
Yes, you did, and then you lied about it. It's like you were embarrassed or something.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I sent you two. I think I bought one, a Harlequin, at the the store down near where I live. And it was like an old school original one.
Those are the best.
Then I got you
Those
a decent
nasty
one.
books.
I got you one that didn't smell like mold.
The ones that smell like mold. I just finished one. It was nasty. Those romance books that are like from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they break some bad laws, is all I'm
Oh my
saying. So,
gosh. You're making my face hurt with the laughing right now.
okay, good. Because now it's
Oh,
time for fun. If you survived, oh, wait, did I cut you off for your shout outs? Were you good on the shout outs? I'm so bossy, guys. I just go through this. Okay. Rachelle doesn't know about this game. I made it up just
oh
now because
boy.
it's our 101st. I don't even. I gotta take this hat off. I'm sorry. It's like squeezing my brains
Thank
out.
goodness, because like you're making it was. I was like burger, burger.
Oh yeah. Now you're just
Oh,
thirsty. You were hungry, but now you're just
yeah.
thirsty.
I was gonna get my ice cold non-Americano water.
Okay, I'm just so terrible. I made up. This is our 101st episode. Last week we had a special episode with some guests. Dean came on, Dr. Desiree came on, and Adam came on. So cool. But today we're going to celebrate with the 101 game. And I made it up because that's what I do best is I make up stupid games. And if you're watching, I hope you'll play. Here's the thing. The 101 game, you know how like you go to like writing 101?
Yes.
Or like speech 101.
Yes.
It's the basic, right? It's those basic classes that you have to go to, you have to suffer through them. So what I want you to do is I want you to send me a subject and we're going to create a 101 class for it. So like if you said Melody nail like how to do your nails, we would put nail polish 101. Okay?
Okay.
But what I would like to do is you, if you're watching at home, send us the subject, or Rachelle and I will go back and forth. We'll just pick out a subject. Like it could be pet grooming 101. So like Rachelle could say, washing your cat without getting scratched. And I would say pet grooming 101. And that's just being boring. Like we can make it a little bit silly so that we can actually laugh. Do you understand the game concept?
Probably not, but I'll figure it out.
Okay, so put some subjects. So it's just like 101 classes, and we're going to try to be funny so that we're not completely boring. At least Marianne is going to play because she's probably the only person watching us still.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dr. H, are you still there?
Yeah, or Marsha.
Marsha, are you still there?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So give me like any sort of subject, Rachelle. Pick anything and I will make up a class. A 101.
Cupcakes.
All right. Cupcakes. Baking 101. Baking for non-bakers 101. I like that better.
Oh, that's a good one. Baking for non-bakers.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I want to come up with a good one for this one.
Yeah, you might need to think on that one.
How to get nasty 101. Get nasty 101. It's like a radio station. Get nasty 101.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Dead grass. Oh my gosh.
Green thumbs 101.
Green thumbs 101.
Green thumbs 101.
Do we want the grass to be dead, or do we have the problem as dead grass and now we have to figure it out?
Well, we're taking a class so we don't have dead grass is how I interpreted it.
So you don't have green thumbs 101?
Find your green thumb 101.
Oh, there you go. That's way better. See, I'm always terrible at these games.
Oh, or growing grass 101. Growing grass.
Growing grass.
And we're not talking about
making grass thrive.
Oh, thrive in grass 101. I want to come back to this one too. I feel like I pushed it aside. Romance novels. Yeah. Anything, love 101.
Like, but I'm thinking like the picking of them, how to pick the best,
the sexiest.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I hate about picking romance books? Because there is an art to it.
Yeah.
Because in some romance books, all they do is kiss. And they don't even kiss a lot. They just kiss at the very end, like a freaking Disney movie. And it's so annoying. It's like, I read 198 pages for a kiss? No. So that's like
what about like How to not wait. Well, I had thought of it whenever you just said that about it, and then I just blanked out because it was like way too long. Like nobody would go through like the course listing and they'd be like, "This is
Mhm.
like it's like 15 words in this." Dealing with stupid people, my mom
Uh,
said.
Get past the kiss 101.
Get past the kids. What? Okay.
All right,
Um,
this is good. Dealing with stupid people. That actually is actually just a good class. Dealing with stupid people 101. And I already have some people in my head that need to sign up for that class. Should I say them out loud or do you think that's bad?
I think that might be bad. I think.
Dealing with stupid people 101.
But there might need to be like, you know how like you always say about like your families, every family has whatever, or like, your group of friends, or, it's always that person. Like I would always joke and say, if you look at your family or your group of friends and you can't identify who that one person is, sorry, it's you.
Right. You can, like the old saying goes, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose 101. Right?
That's
Nose picking 101.
I don't
And
know.
in that class, you would have to wash your hands.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody
thinking.
does it. Some people do it in front of others. That's the problem.
So boy, if we put together like a list of options right now for like, courses for people, they'd be like, let's see, I got the baking, I got the romance novels, I forget what the title was, I got the Green Thumbs 101, and I forget the other one now.
Yeah. Dead Grass 101. Marianne has a knack for these games. I don't know. She's very
know.
quick with the
And
thoughts.
I clearly don't. I didn't like get like that
I would
talent
like,
from her.
yes, you did. You are like a master of all trivia.
Not
I'm
more
just
the
like, is she
trivia.
Googling these answers? And she's not. Like the Google is in her head. Dealing with stupid people 101. I wish I could write the course syllabus on that. That would
Oh
be fun.
boy.
All right. Pick and eat 101. And we know he's talking about boogers.
Yes.
And you don't need,
Chapter
not all
8.
boogers are created equal 101.
Oh my gosh. If people like just happen to tune in right now, they're gonna be like, what is the focus of this
They're going to be like,
show?
ugh, ugh.
Well, in education, we do have to deal with a lot of these things. Like there have been times, I'm sure, that some people, educators, have said, like, I've never been asked that before, or I'm not sure. I need to leave. Like, what am I supposed to do?
We've seen so many kids pick their nose and eat it. Like, seriously, we have. You have in the upper grades, I have in the lower grades. It happens, and people do it, and you're looking right at them. And that moment that they do that action, and you catch eyes with them, it's the pits.
That's when
it's
I go,
pits 101.
awkward, and I walk out of the
Awkward
room.
101.
Awkward.
Yeah.
It happens, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, it happens.
Whether you're in a school or a business office, wherever, it's all
People are
the
picking their
same.
noses
All the
and eating their
same.
boogers.
Okay, now I'm not hungry anymore. Hashtag not hungry. I can't even think of a hashtag. Like right now, I'm like zoned out. I'm still trying to think of a good. This 101 game, what I thought you were going to do was going to go back and ask questions about like prior guests or something. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
she can
I
ask
can't even.
about. I was going to
We
think,
should. You'll
yeah.
have to make that. I can't remember like you do. You remember all of them.
Well, I just like I do tend to remember, go back through, and like when the video plays at the beginning, it's fun to see some of those and just laugh. But
Right.
with some of the pieces of them, like when we had Carl Hooker on, which we need to have Carl on again because that was a conversation.
Hookering 101.
The whole conversation with Carl.
How to be a hooker.
Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have brought up Carl. But no, Carl's great. And I'm trying to think who else. And like we had Dave Burgess on that time, and you and I had the
How
pirates
to be a
dressed
pirate.
up. And then
Pirate 101.
Dave Schmidt with the I Don't Care Bear outfit. And
Dave Schmitto, how to make people mad 101.
And then when we have Lainey on, or anybody on our panels, like Lainey and Dr. Desiree, just
Lainey,
awesome.
How to drink and look cute at the same time 101.
That is spot on.
Right. Well, I think I might have to go pick up my kids from school because I don't see my husband leaving. So I'm going to have to say that it was a fun time. Our 101st episode together, Rachelle
Yes.
Mel. And thank you for playing Dr. H, Marianne, and anybody. Oh, look.
Jennifer
Uh,
does a dog.
thank you for watching. So sweet. She probably wasn't turned off by the boogers at all. In fact, what class would she do?
Digital citizenship, digital leadership,
101.
social media, social media.
Social media
Yeah,
101.
she is the expert for all of those things and an
Yes.
amazing friend. And so thanks for
Oh,
joining us.
amazing friend 101.
Yes, how to be an amazing friend 101.
We could write the syllabus on that one, but it sounds kind of boring. I want the fun stuff. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in today, or the replay whenever you watch this. We appreciate you guys. And are you picking your nose? See, and if she is, I wouldn't judge her. I pick my nose. I just don't do it in front of people. Everybody picks their nose.
I gotta hold it right there next to me. She sent this after our trip. So
that is so sweet. That looks like a good cover album for your next single. How to drop a single 101.
Yeah. All right. I'll
How
work
to be
on that.
single. How to be single 101. Okay, anyway. Do you have any last thoughts you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Just thanks to anybody who's watching. And I just hope that you laughed. And if you had stress this week, that this just, gave you some rejuvenation or made you think about your classroom and like, oh yeah, you know what? That's totally true. Or I don't know. Or maybe you want to sign up for one of our classes. Who knows?
Right? I can't wait to see you next week in Vegas. I want to say happy birthday to Marianne, our #1 fan, to Dr. Sarah Thomas, and to you. I will actually be in person to give you your birthday gifts. So I'm so excited about that. And if you're a nose picker, if you're a nose picker, you're not alone. Just please don't do it in public. Nobody wants to see that crap. All right, guys, have a great one. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.